Oh my god, okay. So you know how, like, another video of mine, I said something about my freaking computer cutting out randomly, and I had to start my video over. Well, that pretty much just happened right again. I was like 7 minutes with it into the video. Stop recording. Stupid freaking things. Anyway, college. I'm gonna talk about college again. Basically, UTC is, they start on Monday, and yesterday was freshman move-in day, and which made me really sad because it reminded me of my freshman move-in day. And I know a person who's actually going to UTC this year as a freshman. He posted videos. He posted pictures of his apartment on his Facebook, and I was like, oh, this is making me really sad because at the beginning of summer, I found out that I had failed. I had failed a couple of classes. Well, I failed one class. I made a bunch of D's. It's really bad. This last semester at UTC, and so I lost my Hope Scholarship. Sigh. There's a reason, though. The reason being, at the beginning of the year, I had a roommate. 2 weeks, I think 2 weeks or so into the semester, she moved out because we were way too different. And so I was like, okay. She told me I was going to get a new roommate, and I never did. So I ended up spending the entire year by myself, no friends, no family, no one. The only people that I actually talked to were people in my classes, and even then, I didn't really connect with any of them because, oh my gosh, it was awful. I felt so alone. The best adjective I can put into this situation is lonely. I was very lonely. I was depressed. I didn't even feel motivated to clean my room. Not that I was, like, being lazy, it was just that I didn't feel up to it. And it's kind of like, when I was in high school, this is probably a big problem for a lot of people, they just don't want to admit it. It was a big problem for me, was that when I was in high school, my mom always made me, she, like, forced me to go to school. She never let me stay home and, like, skip out on school, so I never missed anything. When I got to college, literally, like, 2 months into college, I skipped my first class, and I felt really bad because I had never skipped before. And so I started skipping a lot. And I was in this class called Movement for Actors, and my teacher, I loved my acting teachers, my theater teachers, because I'm a theater major, and my theater teachers are the best, because they were just really funny, and my Movement for Actors teacher was really nice, and we did yoga in class every day, and we had to write journals. Like, every Tuesday, we had to write a journal about what we learned in class or something. And I remember writing about, like, somehow I was falling into this deep depression that I just couldn't get out of because I had no one to talk to. Like, I didn't want to go to the guidance counselor because I felt like I'd be intruding on something. I don't know. See, the problem is when you're depressed and, like, you don't want to do stuff is that you make really good excuses in your head, and then when you say them out loud, they sound really lame. Like, oh, I'm gonna have a room check. Oh, it's on Tuesday. It's Friday. I'll clean it on Sunday. I'll clean it on Monday or something. Oh, I have this one thing to do on the computer. I've got to do my homework. Not really. I never ended up doing my homework, which is probably why I failed. I think it also, something that played a big part in this whole ordeal was the fact that I have a computer, and the computer was my biggest downfall. I didn't want to go out because I was attached to my computer 24/7, like, literally 24/7. Like, I would get up for class, close the computer, I wouldn't turn it off. I think the longest time I ever kept it on was like 2 weeks straight. I didn't turn it off, but I would shut the computer, I would go to class, and as soon as I came back from class, I would either A, fall asleep because I would go to bed at 4 in the morning, or B, I would open the laptop back up and get back on it for a couple of hours, and then go to sleep, and then, you know, oh my gosh. But I didn't have anyone to talk to this about. And on the other video that stopped recording, I actually talked about this guy who I met, who was crazy, who was the only friend that I had, and he just came up to me one day and was like, let's be friends, and I was like, back off, I don't know you. But he even said one day, he was like, is it bad that I want to be your only friend? Yes, yes it is. Do you know why? Because you sound controlling and freaking weird, and stay away from me. That's, oh my god, I hated him. I finally got rid of him. Sorry, I keep messing with my hair, it's just bothering me. Anyway, I finally ditched him. Like, the last week of classes, I was finally like, F off. I'm not gonna say it because I get in trouble. Anyway, the whole point of this was the UTC is starting, and since I failed and lost my Hope Scholarship, I didn't have enough money to go to UTC again. So I was like, okay, I'll go to APSU. I'll transfer to APSU. Maybe I'll like it there. Turns out they only offered me about $5,000 for the whole year, which means that I had to pay $866, which I didn't pay for, my mom did, which I'm grateful for. But I made a deal in my head, pretty much. I was like, you know what? This year, I'm going to get a 3.5 GPA, at least a 3.5 GPA, and I'm going to get my Hope Scholarship back. And as soon as I get it back, if I don't like Austin Peay as much as everyone else, I'm going to go back to UTC, because I liked UTC. I just didn't have any friends. God damn, fucking bitch. Sorry, what?